Hello everyone, my name's Carly. This is actually going to be my first YouTube video. So I thought, what better than to do a what's on my phone pre-med student based video. So I'm basically going to be going through 5 apps that I think are very useful for pre-med students, medical students, or even doctors. So without further ado, let's get the intro rolling. So I'm going to be using the screen recording app on my phone. So the first app I wanted to show you guys is called Epocrates. So if we open it up, on the home page you can select different options from drugs, interaction check, essential points, tables, etc. So on here you can basically search up a bunch of different pharmaceutical drugs and view information about them. So for example, we're going to check metformin. So if we click on the first option for metformin, we can see drugs with the same generic name on there. So we're just going to click on Fortimet first. And as you can see, there are a bunch of options on there. We have adult dosing, peds dosing, alternatives, black box warnings, adverse reactions, drug interactions, pill pictures. So let's look at adult dosing first. So you can see that there are 2 different forms it can come in, either 500 milligrams or 1000 milligrams. It tells you the reasons why they may prescribe metformin to you. So diabetes type 2, polycystic ovary syndrome, etc., etc. There are also the black box warnings, which in this case metformin does have some, so you can read all about that there. And my favorite one is the pill pictures, which is down at the bottom. So you can basically see what the pills look like. So for the first one, it's the 1000 milligram, and for the second one, it's the 500 milligram. So I think that's pretty cool. So if we go back to the home page, we can also look at different tables. For instance, there's cardiology, calculations and formulas, diagnostic aids, emergency medicine. So we have an emergency medicine bradycardia table. This basically describes how to diagnose someone with bradycardia. So there's evaluation, is the patient unstable, are the patients stable? And there are a bunch of different other options on here. And if you buy the premium version, you can even unlock the ones with the locks on them right now. So that's the first app. The second app I wanted to show you guys is called Figure 1. So let's go ahead and open that up. So actually one of my friends showed me this app. It's basically like an Instagram for medicine. So in this first picture, we can see the credibility of the person. So are they a medical student? Are they a doctor, etc.? So for this first post, this person is a medical student, and it tells you information about the patient, and it gives you photographs. So in this case, we can see a scan of the patient. Here's some more. We can see an EKG on there. And the best part about this is that they show you pictures and they describe the patient's condition. So if you're a pre-med student or even a medical student, you can see real-life cases of illnesses that you're going to learn about and what you may encounter once you're actually in an emergency room, in a clinic setting, etc. So this app is pretty neat. So I also downloaded this other app called Complete Anatomy. So in this one, it's basically a human anatomy structure, and you can look at it whether it's a male or a female, and we can look at the full body, the head and neck. So you can also go to this option down here, and you can click on connective tissue, and you can add layers of connective tissue. So let's go ahead and add a couple. So right now we have We reached all the maximum ones. So I think this is pretty cool right here. You can rotate it around. So, as I was saying earlier, pre-med student, medical student, doctor, this is a very useful app right here, especially if you're taking an anatomy class. And like the other app, you can unlock more features if you buy the premium option. So the next app is called MedCalX. So if we click on it, we can go into the diabetes calculator and we can check, for instance, body mass index. So let's say you're a 5'5" person, and let's say you weigh 123 pounds, and let's say you're a 22-year-old. So it calculates your BMI. So right now you're in the normal range, and it'll tell you if you're in the obese and the overweight range, etc. They also have all these other calculators on here. They have the LDL cholesterol one, all kinds of different interesting things. They also have different formulas on there that you can look at. So yeah, that's that app. And the last one is called ASCVD Plus. So this basically calculates your risk of a heart attack in the next 10 years. So you can put in a bunch of different options. So let's do a hypothetical case. So let's say and as you can see, your age must be between 40 and 79. So let's say you're 55 years old, male, you're African American, you have a systolic blood pressure of 140, diastolic blood pressure of 95, and your total cholesterol is about 180 right now. Your HDL is about 75, and your LDL is about 50. Let's say you do have a history of diabetes. Let's say you were a former smoker. Let's say you quit more than 5 years ago. You're not on hypertension, you're not on a statin, you're not on aspirin therapy, and we don't want to use it from a different visit. So let's see. So we can estimate your risk. So right now your current 10-year risk of getting a heart attack is 12.4%. And also your lifetime risk is 50%. So this is pretty neat right here. It's definitely helpful if you're in a clinic setting and you want to discuss this type of stuff with your patients and implement changes in their lifestyles that can help them lower this ASCVD risk. So to wrap up the video, I just wanted to give a big thank you to everyone that watched it, everyone that found it helpful, etc. So since this is my first video, I would really appreciate it if you guys could leave some constructive feedback in the comments, say what you liked, say what you didn't like, say what I should improve on, and I'll also make sure to link all the apps in the description box. So once again, thank you for watching my video. We'll see you next time.